Hey everybody, welcome to the studio. This is the first time actually that I've been back here to shoot stuff for a while. Sticking with the mask just because we're on PCC campus. I want to make sure we're playing it according to the rules. What we have here is a little lighting demonstration. We're going to be talking about the lighting instruments that we have here in our studio, as well as some of the characteristics of the light, such as what's on a spotlight, which is on a floodlight, and what's on an LED panel. Okay, so right now I wanted to just get into some of the things that are commonly found on all of the lights, despite whatever the characteristic of it may be or the name. There's some common things that you'll find on all of the lights. So let's take a quick look at those. All right, so the first thing I want to show you right here is what's called a C clamp. As you can see, it's shaped in the like a letter C. This clamp is sits on top of the pipe, which you'll see up there in our lighting grid. The pipe, we actually have a name for that pipe, which is a batten. So all the lights use a C clamp. All the lights C clamps have a C clamp screw or bolt. The bolt is going to screw in to tighten around that pole that goes in between here. And we have a special wrench. It's not that special. It's just a 1/2 inch wrench that we typically use in our studio to tighten and unloosen. All right, moving down the line is this is the pan lock. So if you want to pan your light, you need to loosen up the pan lock, and when you get it in position, you go ahead and tighten it up. Then it won't be spinning anymore. All right, let's move down. The next thing you'll find this is on the side of the light is this is a tilt lock. So the tilt locks the yoke. This is the yoke from tilting back and forth. So if you loosen it, something bad might happen because I'm one-handed here. So, okay, I loosened it. That allows that flexibility to, tilt your light. All right. This is a lens for the Fresnel light. You can see it's got a glass lens inside. You'll see some of the mechanism, including the lamp. So that's an old-fashioned tungsten lamp. All right, and when you move this little lever down here, you can see that it actually glides forward and backwards. As it glides forward, what it actually does is spreads out the light, and as it glides backwards, what it does is actually narrows the light. So quite an interesting development there by the Fresnel. Mr. Fresnel designed that light. All right. So anyway, we're looking at another common element in every light is the safety chain. So the safety chain actually wraps around, again, the batten up here, and you clamp it back down to itself, and you can secure the light from falling accidentally from the batten. So that is the purpose of the safety chain. All right, so the other thing we have here on all the lights is what we call a Edison plug. This is a standard plug with the 3 prongs. All right, so now let's take a couple of specific looks at what these lights do, okay? We're going to take a look at melody and the different lights. All right, okay, I'm going to go foreground, background here. So the first light I really want to dive into is this is a spotlight. It's actually a Fresnel, F-R-E-S-N-E-L, Fresnel. It is a spotlight. The characteristics are that it creates very defined shadows. Okay, I'm getting tired up here. And there's a lot of flexibility with it. You can change the diameter of the spot, either very wide or very narrow. And easily by doing that, you just use these controls here. It's called a paddle or a spindle. If you put it to the spot position, it makes the more narrow light. If you put it to a flood position, it makes much more wider diameter of light, okay? Another thing you'll typically find on the Fresnels is called a barn door. The barn door is right here. Right, so barn door allows you to basically crop out light in different areas. So you can crop out light where you don't want it to go simply by maneuvering these barn doors. So it's a quick way to shape your light. All right, let's take a look at just what the spotlight or the Fresnel looks like on Melody, okay? So I'm going to run over to the board and turn off a couple lights. So we'll just have the front key light on her. All right. So we're turning off the LED panel. Okay, now it's just key light, fill light, backlight. So let's turn off everything except the front key light. So we can zoom in a little bit for you. So this is what a spotlight will look like. It is going to give you fairly defined shadows. You can see the shadows on her face are very, very sharp shadows, right? And it's what's called fast fall off, okay? So this is the kind of a light that will give you more of a low-key effect when you want to get those defined shadows. This is what you would want to use. Let's look at the scoop light next, okay? Okay. So now we're looking at the scoop light. All right, and you'll notice, I think, with the scoop light, that your shadows are much less defined. You're getting more wraparound. The light's actually kind of wrapping around the face a little bit nicer and more softly. So it's not a sharp, defined shadow, right? It's very soft-edged shadows, right? And then the scoop light, zoom out here for you. This is your scoop light here. So generally it's open-faced. It doesn't have a lens like this one does, right? But it is basically just a lamp in the middle and a big reflector around the sides, okay? So this is kind of what you get, a little softer effect, right? So this is our scoop. Again, this is the Fresnel, F-R-E-S-N-L. The third one that we have here is it's called a Baby Soft. Just want to point it out here real quick. Just zoom over, close it up. Really use the camera operator. All right. So this is a Baby Soft. Okay. These are all older style lights from Ole Richardson. So Baby Soft is interesting. You can see it has this. Pardon my audio. It has this white reflector, all right, inside, and the lamp itself is down here in the base. So you don't get any kind of direct light like you would. You get a very direct light from the scoop. I mean, it's bounced off these reflecting surfaces, but it's still fairly direct. On this, it's purely bounced. It's all bounced off that white paint on there. So it gives a very soft, highly diffused look. All right, so that pretty much covers the 3 types of lights. There's one more I would like to show you. It's called the, actually I'll show you 2 more. This one is called the ellipsoidal, and I'm just going to take a shot of it because it's mounted up in the ceiling and I really don't want to take it down. Let me take a quick shot of it. sure how good that's coming out. That's pretty good. All right, so that's your ellipsoidal up there, okay? Ellipsoidals are used a lot in theater lighting because they have a very intense, powerful ability to throw light a fairly long distance. They can also be used for special effects. You could put different shapes in front of the light, which is called a cookie or a cucaloris, and it makes neat effects. Neat. All right. Since we got the light, we're shooting up here. Let's take a look around. Again, there's our panel light. That's our LED light panel. That gives you a very nice, broad, even, fairly soft light as well. It's made up of LED. All right, and let's see. There's our spotlight, our Fresnel up there. That's what's being used as our key light on Melody. All right, there's a baby soft. There's another baby soft. There's a Fresnel and a scoop. All right, and here's a light that's being used as our backlight. Okay, and all right, so that pretty much shows us the different lights that we have available to us, and hopefully this has been a little bit helpful to kind of put some actual video to what we're talking about here. All right, thank you, and we'll see you guys very soon. Take care.